Hello and welcome back to the land of SIKA, and we are here once again. We're actually up against the Mogrians, and we're going to obviously be dealing with them in just a second. I'm actually, unfortunately, at a very low HP level at the moment, so we're obviously going to have to do a little bit of waiting around before we can get into some battles. But here's the thing, I actually wanted to do something very quickly, and that is to create another vassal. Now here's the thing, I was lucky enough, and I stress luck very heavily here, because without the diplomacy mod, without the ability to basically determine who gets the fiefs without, you know, having to go through the voting system, of course, I can't really say who gets which fief. So, I mean, apart from those three choices, obviously, in the voting itself. So, what I've done is I was on the ticket and I made myself get the lordship of this particular town, and now I am going to be making someone, not a Calradian, but I'm going to be making someone into a vassal. I think this guy is probably going to be possibly the best. As you can see, he has 301 in steward, which is kind of amazing in itself. So we're just going to speak to him really fast, and we're going to be rewarding him for his services, indeed. There we go. Alright, so he's going to be getting Pillstrand. Indeed, yeah, there we go. Pillstrand, there we are. I'm just making sure that I'm doing the right thing. And boom. Alright, and yes, there we go. Alright, we named him, and we named his clan, and we are great. That's absolutely fantastic. What a wonderful clan name he has now, right? Yes, I'm sure you agree. Anyway, so he's going to go off there and do whatever he wants to do. We're going to head on to Keshkirin. We do have another army available here that is actually besieging Akisa Castle, which I gotta say I'm really pleased about, because usually they don't. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's a bit of a mix, and actually a couple of people have been saying to me, maybe you should set your vassals, set your war strategy to offense. And most of the time I would actually agree with you. However, I have found that when I select offense to anyone, that could be parties or vassals or whatever, if I set them on a more aggressive route, they tend to make really poor decisions. And that's actually one of the reasons why I have left it mostly unbalanced. Usually I would not like to be unbalanced, because I want to have either really high defense or really high offense, you know. But I have found that maybe this was just a coincidence. I'm not entirely sure, but I have found that generally, if I set them on offense, they are usually really stupid, which is obviously not exactly what we want, right? So yeah, that kind of makes things a little bit uncomfortable for us, but oh well, never mind. We're just going to head into this particular battle, and we're going to see how we do. Obviously, I'm defending Keshkirin at the moment. Keshkirin has 150 units in the garrison, so personally, I feel like they'd probably be able to defeat this if the AI obviously didn't go into a pseudo auto-resolve kind of situation, because of course they do. I mean, they're always going to be going into an auto-resolve situation because they're the AI. Yes, indeed. But yeah, otherwise we could just do a little bit of damage here and there with our wonderful little bow here. Absolutely love the bow. It's really fun. And actually, speaking of bows, you know what? I feel like I probably should have used the bow in my warband series as well. But you know, I was just very much wanting to focus on commander-based abilities. So, for example, things like leadership and surgery, and indeed engineering as well. Yeah, I had it was a bit of a weird character build that I started off with, just generally because I didn't know what kind of companions I'd get. And that's obviously, you know, a pretty big deal, because obviously you have to make sure you get some good companions, but you can't really make sure of it if they appear in random places. So it's a bit, you know, it's a bit hit or miss sometimes. But yes, apart from that, some news in regards to Bannerlord. Don't know whether you've seen this. You probably have, maybe you haven't, I don't know. But if you haven't, Bannerlord is going to be released from early access, and that is happening in October, I believe. I think it's the 25th. Yeah, 25th of October, and I believe that also marks the date when it comes out on consoles. In other words, it's going to be coming out on Xbox. I don't even know what's going on with the whole way that Xbox has named their consoles now, because I literally have no idea what's even going on with that. So I'm thinking it's Series S, Series X, Series 1. I don't even know what I don't know what they're called. So I'm just going to say it's coming out on Xbox. It also comes out on the PlayStation, of course, as you might expect. And I don't know, is it coming out on Switch? That would be very interesting. I don't know how that's going to work with... Oh, I just killed Darian. I'm so sorry, Darian. He's not a fan of the Switch anyway. He's not a fan, so he's fine. he can just get shot. That's okay. You know, he can just have a little bit of a rest. You know, he can have a little bit of a rest, and then he can get back on his feet after this battle. But yeah, anyway, I don't know whether it's coming out on Switch. I think they did say what it's coming out on in their post that they made. Yeah, I'm going to actually ask you a question right now. I'm going to ask you a question. Now, here's the question. Would you want me to make a video talking about the release of Bannerlord and what I think about it? Because I'm not sure if that... I don't know. I'm not sure if you really care what I think about it, but whatever the case, if you do, and you want to hear my thoughts, then by all means let me know down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about... making a shortish video on it. I don't really want to ramble on for, 10 hours or whatever, because generally that's what I do most of the time anyway. But, I'd like my thoughts to be a little bit more succinct in that particular format. But, yeah, whatever the case, there we are. We were able to achieve victory. I basically lost 0 people. That is very, very nice. I like it. And where is tier 6, please? Where is tier 6? Am I actually going to be getting tier 6 soon? Because I would love it. That would be really nice for us, in actual fact. And let's just take all of the loot here. I'm actually going to have to sell more of the loot. I've been doing a little bit of smithing in my off-screen time as well. And actually, I did level to 53, so I do have a perk to spend. Let's see what we can do here. Steelmaker, you can refine 2 units. All right, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, okay, with smithing. People have said, yeah, even though there is a stamina cost, yeah, okay. You know my whole point about the whole stamina thing. I don't need to go over that again. But generally, you can use additional companions. So, for example, if you have a lot of companions in your party and they don't necessarily have a massive amount of smithing, then with Distinguished Service, if you're using Distinguished Service, of course, you could spec someone to have smithing. So you could technically give them smithing as one of their tagged skills, and then that person could literally just be your primary smithing person. For me personally, that still doesn't solve the whole stamina problem. It would solve it if you had multiple different companions with a massive amount of smithing. So if you had 4 or 5 different companions with smithing, then that would absolutely, that would absolutely be fantastic. That would be very, very good. However, the problem comes when you, and by you I mean when the player would like a particular perk from somewhere in the smithing tree. Because for me, I would like to get over here. There we go. Yes, I would like to get over here. Controlled Smith immediately increases control by 1. As you can see, I have 9 in control at the moment, so it would actually be kind of cool if I could get 1 extra point in that to max it out. And then there's also another thing up here, which allows us to increase our endurance by 1 as well. So these are the main reasons why I actually would like... well, not an easier time leveling smithing, but another way to gain smithing skill. I know that someone actually did mention that if you go into the smithy and you take a couple of orders, so for example, let's say you do this, right? This is a SIKA 2-handed sword. And if we were to create this, we might actually get some pretty decent skill for it. Shall we try it out, actually? Shall we try this out? I don't know whether it's actually going to work, but we could try it out. It's only difficulty 50. We might be able to do it. I highly doubt it, personally, because I'm generally not... I generally don't have very many... yeah. I don't have very many blades, which is somewhat... oh, wait a minute. I can literally create one right now? Oh, that's interesting. All right. Okay, well, I'm really surprised. I was not anticipating anything like this to happen, but okay. Apparently, I can just create the thing, and then it's going to be perfectly fine. All right, let's go for this, I guess, and then we'll just make it. What? Can I actually make this? This is crazy. All right, there we go. Okay, we did it. The client is displeased. Why? It has all green numbers right here. It has all green numbers, as you can see. So what is the problem? Okay. Oh, it's because... Oh, okay, okay. I understand. All right, I know the reason. Okay, so the reason why is because the difficulty of the weapon was 60, and we had smithing skill 53, which is only 7 points less. So I don't know why our efforts would be decreased so dramatically. I think maybe 1 or 2 points from 2 categories would be enough, but there's actually 3 or 4 different categories that have depreciated in the course of the smithing problem here. But look at this, we did actually gain some really good smithing skill. So thank you very much for letting me know about the whole orders thing, because there was one time where I tried out the orders when they had first implemented orders, and I really did not like it. I thought it was badly implemented. I was kind of irritated with it, to be honest. So it's nothing to do with the game. It's just generally I didn't like the way that it was done. That's all. So yeah, that kind of irritated me a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine because there are always iterations that they can redo. They can always make it better, and it seems like they have actually made it better because it's a little bit less imbalanced. Because the way that it was before is that you'd basically go and take an order, and then all of a sudden you'd have, you know, an order that you had no parts for whatsoever, and there's no way ever you'd be able to actually complete something that the person asking for the weapon would actually be happy with. So yeah, that's what happened before, but nowadays, now it seems to actually be a little bit better, so I'm happy with that. So that's all right, you know, that's all right. Anyway, I'm thinking we're probably going to take this town. I'm thinking I'm going to be kind of audacious here as well. I would very much like to take the town because you can see here we do have a number of castles and various other things going up there, but I kind of just want to go hard against them, basically. I just want to try and eliminate as many of their fiefs as possible, capture it, and then just, you know, do whatever we want from then on. Because we want to force the Mogrians into a peace agreement quite dramatically, in my opinion. I'd like to do that. And I'm going to give Kuji our newly acquired castle, and you can see here that we're actually now starting to get a positive tribute from the Mogrians. Not entirely sure what the Prowan are doing. They finally breached the 10,000 combat strength mark, which is a little bit problematic. I say a little bit, but I mean a lot. Indeed. And they are actually besieging something right now. One of ours, in fact, which is not very nice of them, but I can't really do much about that, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to just let them do whatever they want to do for the moment, and we'll have to take it back in due time. It might actually be advantageous for us if I were to just pay them some money. It might actually make sense for me to pay them, I don't know, however much they're asking for in tribute, and then just later on down the line declare war against them. That might actually make more sense too, because we save our fiefs in the long run. Our vassals are going to continue to gain strength, continue to run around, do damage to people. Hopefully, if they don't get continually taken prisoner by, you know, random unique spawns and so on and so forth, you know, that kind of thing would be great. But obviously, it very much depends on their ability to stay alive, shall we say, you know, because we've had a lot of situations. I'm actually just going to jump off here. I don't really want to get killed by these archers, and they are actually doing a pretty handy job of murdering me right now. But yeah, I'm actually hoping that the AI is going to be a little better as time goes on as well, because they did say that they're going to continue to develop the continue to develop the game after the release. But as I say, I'm not really gonna talk about that in depth right here. So yeah, well, whatever the case, let's have a look-see at what we can do with these archers, because they're definitely gonna kill me. In my opinion, they're definitely gonna kill me. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. Can my what? What is even going on here? I was literally just trying to get up there, and it was just failing me every single time. That was kind of amusing. Oh well, whatever the case, let us get over here. Try not to die from the hails of arrows coming towards us. And I'm just going to do a little bit of jumpy action. Just try and act as a bit less of a target. And we can try and eliminate these guys. This is where actually everything becomes quite simple for us, because the Mogrians, as you no doubt know by this point, they are horse archers. They are just horse archers, and they are really not going to be very proficient at foot archery. I mean, that's the point. They're going to have some good archery skill, don't get me wrong, but they are going to be so much better on the fields of battle than they are in an actual siege, because their mobility is the main thing that they are really going to be very good at. And yeah, doing this kind of siege defense is just not in their strong suit. So it's absolutely fantastic for us, of course. I actually wonder whether I could just fire away here. No, it's a bit too inaccurate. I was actually thinking maybe I can just allow my arrow to go free, but that seems to be a bit too inaccurate for my liking. I was just thinking if I can increase my firing speed. Maybe I can actually do that if I'm far away. No, it still kind of goes a bit too wild. Yeah, a little bit too wild. Oh well, never mind. I gotta say, I actually very much enjoy the archery in this game. I feel like the archery is really satisfying. And I'm not sure if that's due to the sound that it makes when it hits an enemy. I think that might be the case, because generally whenever it hits, it's always got that satisfying sort of, I don't know, it's not a thump, but it's kind of like that's, I don't know, it's just a sound effect. I don't know how to describe it really, but whatever the case, that sound is very satisfying, which is really good in my opinion, because it's got to be satisfying, otherwise it's just kind of like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing if it's not satisfying, right? Anyway, there we go. All right, that is not too bad. We didn't have, what really? We lost 14 eggplants? Are you serious right now? Okay, apparently we did. That is really, really interesting to me. I wouldn't have expected that in a million years, but apparently we did lose quite a few. We are going to... Wow, okay, we can rescue 56 enemies. We can rescue 56 troops, and then we can place them in the garrison, which is exactly what we will do. Going to show mercy right quick, and then we can do this. There we go. 56 of them right there, and just going to make sure I'm not having anyone in here that I don't want. No, there we are. And then we could just go over here and we can sell some stuff. 61,000 is available to be gained here. There we go. Very nice. And there we have it. Okay, so we've taken a town. We've slapped a couple of units in the garrison there, which is not too bad. And yes, Zhejiang is being taken right now. 262 units in the garrison there. Yeah, I mean, the Prauen are definitely going to be having an army that is very significant. They're going to have something that is literally in the thousands, I would assume. Maybe even something that breaches 2,000 at this point, because they have such a good amount of combat strength. I highly doubt that they are going to be holding back in that regard. They're very much going to want to murder us in almost every single aspect. So anyway, I'm just going to leave this town for the moment, and hopefully it's not going to come under siege. And what we're going to do is, I'm not going to be taking this for myself, that's for sure. I'm going to be giving it to someone else. Really don't want to give it to this guy any further. He's got 3 castles and 1 town, and I'd like to give it to this fellow a little bit more, I guess. I could have made another vassal. Actually, that would have been a better idea. I should have, yeah, okay, I should have made another vassal. My bad. All right, let's see what happens with this particular town, because I'd like to, never mind. Okay, let's not see what's going on with this particular town. That doesn't seem to really be working out too well. Oh, hello, what's going on here? What are you doing? Get out of here. Are you serious? Come on. Okay, that was kind of unfortunate, wasn't it? Yeah, I was very much hoping that I'd be able to get there in time, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. What a classic, eh? Oh well, never mind. Can't really do much about that. I tried. Not much more I can do, right? Anyway, let's see. Anyone level up? Yep, a couple of people. Nothing too dramatic. And let me actually just see. Yeah, look at this. We are almost there. I only need around another 165 right now. That is really going to be very easy. We just need 3 more maximum size battles to participate in. That's going to be pretty simple for us, I hope. And I'd actually like to take a look at some of our policies here, because it might be a cool idea if we could maybe increase our party size a little bit more. I know someone mentioned that in the comments, but I think I've already done that. I think I already have party size increases throughout. But I could have missed one. Maybe I missed one. I don't know. I'm just going to have a quick look through here. Seems like I do have everything. Yeah, I do have everything apart from this, as you can see right here. This is obviously pretty, I don't know, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, this one, in my opinion, because on the one hand, you are going to gain loyalty, but if you need loyalty, then forgiveness of debts is just generally so much better. And yeah, you can see here I have noble retinues. I also have royal guards. Yep, royal guard, which also increases my capacity, and I think that's pretty much all I can do, which is somewhat unfortunate, but that's 100 increase. I don't think there's anything else here that I can get, but anyway, there we are. We've made sure at the very least, and now we're going to go into this town. I'm not entirely sure if the Mogrians are going to be able to muster a defensive force that will be able to tackle us here. Are they trying? Oh, they might be trying. If they try, then they are welcome to do so. I would welcome their attempt. I'm actually wondering whether I should build something. We've been doing very well so far, but I'm actually going to build a battering ram and a siege tower. Because on the one hand, I think this is good insurance, so it will actually allow us to possibly change our strategy if we need to, and they don't have any catapults, as you can see right there. I might have to go in a little bit earlier, because this is a massive amount of units, and I don't really want to fight all of them on the field, if at all possible. There we go. Alright, that is going to have to be it, because I don't really want to chance it any further, to be honest. I'd like to very much just head in here, take this very smoothly, please. Yes, very smoothly. And then we will obviously be probably defending against a rather large Mogrian force. I'm surprised they haven't called for an army, which actually begs the question, do they have enough influence to be able to do that? Maybe they don't have enough influence, which would be kind of a startling revelation. I really don't know why they wouldn't. They should definitely have enough influence, right? I would think so. Oh, I'm being shot. Can I please raise the ladder? There we go. Thank you. Alright, can I shoot this guy? Yes, I can. Can I shoot this guy? Yes, I can. Okay, fantastic. Wonderful. Alright, so let me just get up here. Please don't shoot me anymore. It's kind of annoying, and it actually hurts a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of damage while I have the ability to do so here. I'm going to get shot, aren't I? I can't really do much in regards to shooting anyone on the ladder, because the ladder does have a very strict angle of firing, so I've got to be a bit careful about that. But it seems like I'm actually going to be able to get in here without too many issues. Nice. Okay, I'm going to get shot as I walk in here. Not very nice, though. Thank you. This is a bit problematic. My polearm is too large. Yes, what a wonderful, wonderful problem to have, eh? Okay, yeah, this is making things a little bit more difficult than it has to be. Oh, I do so much damage that he literally has his shield get destroyed super easily. I like that. Okay, there we are. Perfect. Alright, so now let's just shoot this fellow, and we'll just shoot everyone else that is attempting to come up. Look at the ragdolls, they are so fun. I love them. Oh, wow, okay, that guy literally went flying. I love it. It wouldn't be a siege without me shooting one of my own units, right? Yeah. What a classic. Alright, alright. Oh well, never mind, never mind. Okay, wait a minute. Can I still fire from here? Yeah, I kinda can, but I only have 5 arrows remaining, so I wouldn't really want to do that much more. But yeah, this seems like a pretty easy siege for us in general, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. I would have expected us to actually lose a couple more units. But bear in mind, I mean, take a look at my combat strength right now. My combat strength is pretty depleted. How many did I lose? 14. Alright, alright. That's actually not too bad. Most of them eggplants, as you can see. Over 400 kills for my eggplants. Super nice. And otherwise, I guess we're done. Yeah, I guess we're done. I can just zoom everything. And we are then going to achieve victory. 28 kills for the Blood Lotus Revenge Knight. Should I make the Blood Lotus Revenge Knight a companion? I'm gonna say no. Maybe the eggplant, but he's only gotten 15 kills. I'm not gonna do any of them actually. Alright, so we're gonna take every single one of these troops, and I'm not gonna be taking any of these prisoners, even though it could give me some money, as you've already seen demonstrated by me in previous episodes. Taking prisoners and selling them is maybe not even worth the time at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna be taking everything that I can here and then just selling all of my loot, or as much of my loot as I possibly can, and then we're just going to be placing all these units in the garrison. Boom, 379. This is really impressive and should probably dissuade anyone from heading over here and doing some damage to us, or at least we can only hope that to be the case. You can see here, this town is actually looking really good in terms of its prosperity. Actually, speaking of prosperity, I really need to do something about my own fiefs. Don't know whether you've noticed this, but while I am still gaining some pretty significant amounts of prosperity, because you can see here, they're both gaining +5 and +6 respectively, I really would like to get more than that. And their loyalty is already relatively good, as you can see right here. One is at 83 and the other one's at 100. I'm not entirely sure why this one's at 100. Are they still doing the festivals and games thing? Yeah, they're still doing the festivals and games thing. So I should probably switch that over. Can I switch that over on this screen? No. I don't think so, right? No, I don't think I can do anything like that. We can make some more parties if we want to, but I don't really think that's particularly necessary. And otherwise, I think, actually, I can make someone an engineer now. Because this guy's got 153 in engineering. How much engineering do I have? I have no idea. Why doesn't it tell me when I mouse over here? It should really tell me. Oh well. Whatever the case, how much engineering do I even have? I have 143. Oh, okay, never mind then. Apparently that doesn't matter. Apparently it doesn't matter at all. That is absolutely fine then. Okay, so let's just wait here for some time for the vote to come in. I would very much like it if I would be the one to get it, so that I can then make another vassal. But this is very unlikely, in my opinion. I don't think that that is going to happen. But we can only, shall we say, hope a little bit. Yes, indeed. Okay, fantastic. Look at that. So this guy's already gotten to 2 towns and a castle, Kuji, and the other guy has 3 castles and 1 town. So I'm pretty happy with how that's gone so far. And otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to give this fellow, does he have Steward's Guild? Yes, he does. Look at that. Wonderful. This guy who is who is well known in this series so far for being someone that runs into random things and just dies. So I'm very much hoping that he won't do that any further. So let's just give him this. Yeah, okay, there we go. Fantastic, wonderful. That's a great name. And otherwise, there we are. Okay, fantastic. So we have another vassal. Hopefully he's not going to get preyed upon. Nope, he got into his town. Great. All right, so we now have another town over near the Prowan actually being attacked, which I'm not best pleased about, but I really cannot do much about it, as I've said. And they have taken both of these already. Yeah. They're going to be a very difficult opponent for us to deal with, in my opinion. Can I actually make an alliance with someone? I'd like to be able to make an alliance with someone, but I highly doubt that that is actually the case. I don't think I can even create alliances in the base game of Bannerlord. That seems to be the case, at least, because you can see here, look at this. All I have, or the only option I have is to literally just declare war, and that is it. Which I gotta say I'm kind of disappointed by. I felt like maybe some more diplomatic measures would be nice, but I'm going to assume that the developers are possibly thinking that the mods will do that. You know, the modding community will expand on the features. Yeah, alright. Let's not get into that too much. Anyway, we're going to just go over here, tackle this army, and then I can only hope that the other one is not really going to do much, and they're just going to run around and waste their time, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so do I have any horse archers? Yeah, I do have a couple. No, actually, I have only regular cavalry. Okay, let's see. Oh, they're actually really close. Okay, they're actually really close. So let's just spread our forces out here. And this is going to be a pretty incredible sight. I'm going to wait just so that we can see this really, really cool atmospheric sort of... you know, thing going on here. Look at this. Look at all of the arrows streaming towards the cavalry. That is so... I gotta say, that is... There's few feelings like it than seeing all of your archers just firing at the opponent as they crest over the hill or the mountain or whatever, and then just being torn apart by the fire in their arrows, which is really, really cool in my opinion. I love it. And it would have been probably even cooler if they had actually come over with their infantry and their main force first, but well, we've already eliminated half of their cavalry force, which is pretty cool, so it's not too bad. Can I actually hit one of these cavalry, please? I know it seems kind of impossible for me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Couple of horse archers. Maybe I can eliminate this one. Wow, okay, that's not somewhere where I want to be, thank you. Running into Nicanians? Yeah, forget that, thank you. Ooh, this might be bad. No, we're fine. Oh yeah, I thought to myself, I'm gonna get out my polearm. Yeah, every single time I get out my polearm, boom. I am welcomed by a massive amount of polearm wielding units that can easily stop my horse in its tracks. That would not be a good idea. Alright, let's tell everyone to charge. And we'll see what we can do about cleaning the rest of them up. I mean, literally, look at how many we've lost so far. We've lost 2. Right? We've lost 2. And that is, again, purely for the fact that the opponent did not even... I don't know, they were just not even deciding, hey, you know what, they've got archers, let's just stay back here. They just didn't bother with that. They just thought to themselves, I'm going to charge immediately. And that was pretty much it. But yeah, that actually it reminds me very fondly of Warband, actually, because every single time you go into a battle in Warband, the AI is gonna be charging you, and your people are also gonna be charging by default. But that has a bit of a charm to it. That does have a bit of a charm to it, because it basically means that the fight isn't going to take 10 years to complete. Because there are a number of cases in the past, I'm not going to name the mods in particular, or shall we say, the one mod specifically that I don't want to name, because generally it's a good mod. It's just generally I didn't really get along with it that much. And a lot of people seem to like it a lot, and I've created series on it and so on and so forth, you know. But nowadays, I cannot play it. It's just too. This is a Warband mod, by the way. It's a Warband mod. I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to name it because I don't want it to get negative feedback or whatever. But generally, it is very frustrating to go into a battle and to have an extremely large battlefield and to literally just have the opponent wait for ever, basically. Yeah, just wait forever. And this mod particularly had this problem where I would go into a battle and I would want to attack them, obviously, because I mean, you know, that's how you win the fight, right? And there's no speed up or anything like that, so obviously I can't speed things up. I can't speed up how fast my forces run over to the other side of the battlefield. And the entire time, this mod would cause the enemies to just stand at the very edge of the battlefield on the opposite side. And I would have to run all the way over there. And bear in mind, at that point, I was using... I believe I was using infantry-based units because I thought to myself, I'm gonna make some really, really heavy infantry out of these units. And, you know... yeah, I thought that was a really good idea. But then obviously, as the AI started to do this extremely annoying, frustrating experience sort of strategy that they had, it just turned into a nightmare, basically, which was really, really sad, actually, because I thought the mod was actually really good before that. But then it just started to do it all the time, and yeah, it just, yeah, it wasn't... yeah, it's one of those that I initially think is really good, but then the deeper aspects to it just make it very difficult to play, which is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate indeed. Okay, so let me just very quickly head on over here. Wow, we've got a lot of grain and a lot of other stuff right here. I'm going to just sell some of this, sell some of this, sell some of this. There we are. Got to keep a relatively good balance. And what's actually going on here? Look at this. Ah, that's where the other army was going. All right. So the Mogrians are actually going to defend from another faction that they are at war against. I wonder whether that is the Prowan. Is that the Prowan? I would assume maybe yes. So that's actually not even entirely bad, but that means that the faster that I eliminate the Mogrians, the easier it is going to be for the Prowan to... you know, murder us, I guess. And wow, look at that. Kuji literally just came over here and completely murdered everyone in the area. That was actually fantastic. Very, very nicely done, sir. All right. Yeah, that's probably going to be it for this episode. You can see here we've gained some significant territory. And let's take a look at the Mogrians. Wow. Okay. They still only want to give me 1,200. That is really, really funny. Oh, no. They're actually at war against the Rablam and the Lamoka, apart from us, which is very strange in itself. But yeah, whatever the case, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.